there, Steve with the Penguin Outdoors YouTube channel, and today I'm going to tear apart the motor on my Motorguide xi3. So stick around and we'll see what's going on together. Why, you might ask? Well, me and Christian went out to the lake about a week ago, and I launched, and I was trying to get the trolling motor going, and my prop would not spin. And I thought, well, there must be some fishing line or something in it. That's weird. Worked last time I was out. Got back on the shore, and couldn't even turn the prop by hand. So I went ahead and pulled the prop off, and couldn't see anything. Couldn't turn the shaft by hand. Put some channel locks on there and gently tried to move it. Shaft would not move. Hitting the remote, nothing would spin. But every now and then I could hear the slight like hum, like of an attempt. Because for the first minute or two messing with it, I didn't hear anything. It was like it wasn't even trying to kick on. Well, once it did that, I started whacking on it.
This is our big problem in the Russian space station because I don't want to stay here anymore.
And it started working fine. Ran fine all day. So there's obviously something up in there, whether it's from when I flipped the Pro Angler, all the times that I've made it eat mud or lily pads. There could be fishing line that got past the seals. Who knows what's in there, but something is in there. Now, I will tell you before we get started, I didn't find much in the way of disassembling trolling motors on YouTube. I didn't find any where somebody was disassembling an xi3. All of Motorguide's documentation says do not do this. And if your motor is still under warranty, definitely don't do this. But mine is not under warranty, and I want to know what's going on, so I'm going to tear it apart. And since I didn't really see anybody tearing an xi3 apart, figured I would show you. And there's probably videos out there. I'm sure I just missed them, but I know there's going to be one now. So without further ado, let's take her apart. As y'all can tell, it is not the cleanest workspace today. I just got so many projects and stuff going on, and I don't want to clean this up and make it all look pretty for the camera. I just want to know what's wrong with the motor. So I'm gonna grab my wrench so I can turn it now. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, but I don't know if the camera can hear that. Something unpretty going on in there. Now I'll tell you before I crack it apart, there are consumable parts in here. There's different seals and O-rings and stuff. Motorguide does sell them. If you take it apart, you should replace them. I have not purchased any of that because quite frankly, I don't know what I'm getting into. There could be parts that I need. I could open this up and realize that my best bet is to just replace the trolling motor. I could pop it open, pull out some like fishing line, and all the seals could look good, and I just put it back together. So my plan is just to open it up as little as I have to, find the culprit, try and resolve it. Hopefully all the stuff is good enough to put it back together, and I can order a seal kit and stuff later and do it again if I feel I need to. Because you never want to be caught without one of these on the water. That's a bad day. Now you got the prop off. You got these two bolts here. These are real long bolts. They go all the way back into here. So you want to take your time pulling them out. But you also want to remember when you put this back together, don't over tighten these and make sure they go in straight. You're sandwiching this back together, the rubber seals and all, and rubber's pliable. So it's easy for it to get out of whack, and if you tighten it down out of whack, you're gonna have a bad time. And the last thing you want to do is strip or break one of these bolts, because then things are just gonna get real ugly for you real fast. So you could use an impact driver to take them out. Definitely don't use an impact driver to put them back in. I'm not going to use an impact driver at all. I'm just gonna find a standard socket and pull that bad boy off.
And then I walk in, or I come in, and there's like 50 of these Kimmels. Next time Jimmy's, And I'm like, oh, hello. It's so great to see you. And she goes, oh, great to see you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have water. Oh, boy. Oh. Christian is watching this video. Hi, Christian. Because he is probably more curious than I am what's going to come out of this bad boy. I had guessed water, mud, and maybe even a little gravel. Trey and Christian, oh God, the more it opens, the more she drains. Look at all that water. Oh, Trey and Christian guessed fishing line. Oy vey. But look at that. Look how much nastiness is on that bolt. I'm pretty sure the seals are supposed to keep the water out, so I'm guessing that the seals need to be replaced. That's the seal on the bolt there. Doesn't look horrible, but not the greatest looking thing either. Probably end up, I wanted to fish this week, but I might end up leaving this apart and ordering a seal kit. Or I'll end up throwing it back together and ordering a seal kit. See what we're getting into. Don't really know proper way to pull this out. Is this supposed to come off first? Oh, vey. Oh man, y'all. Look at the inside of that thing. Oh, that is nasty. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, doggy. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do? You know, I'll try and show the camera. We'll see how well that works. Let me use the flashlight here. See how well this works. It is just absolutely disgusting in there. We'll walk around. I'll show you the other side here. Look at that, guys. Look how just disgusting that is. So clearly the seals are not keeping the dirt and everything out. So as you can see, the seals are obviously, they're not keeping water out. They're definitely not keeping the dirt and stuff out. It is just nasty in there. So we're not going fishing this week. I mean, I could go out and I could pedal. Maybe I will, probably won't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the head off and give myself extra wire for that main power wire that runs down the shaft to the motor so that I can get it out more. Because we're going to end up having to take everything out. I believe they call it the armature, the actual motor assembly. It's all going to have to come out because the inside of that motor housing is going to have to be meticulously cleaned. I mean, this is like putting together a car motor. You don't want one drop of dirt inside that thing. Depending on how bad the armature looks when I take it out, and depending on what they cost, I may actually just replace that with a new one. There's not a ton of hours on this motor, so I don't really want to do that. But at the very minimum, we need to pull everything out. We need to order a new seal kit. That'll have the O-rings between the housings, the O-rings for the bolts, all that stuff. And just meticulously clean everything. So, unfortunately, it's not the fishing line. Like, I mean, there could still be fishing line in there, but I was really hoping Trey and Christian were going to be right. I was hoping I was going to pop them 2 bolts, shimmy it a little, and be like, oh, look, there's a pile of braid in there, and just pull it out. But I'm not easy on anything that I own. Y'all, if y'all been watching my videos, you know I'm not the easiest on my gear. I make or eat. I mean, I was fishing a tournament last summer where you guys watched me chew through lilies and mud and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm not the easiest on it. She deserves a little bit of freshening up. So if you guys want to see the first part here. Look how nasty that is. Oh boy. It's not pretty in there.
Lucky you.
Like, oh, good, Sal. Help yourself to nothing.
He brought you Sal.
Plumber with me, Sal.
Now, oh god, look how nasty the armature is. Oh boy. Now when you guys, if you unfortunately have to do this, one thing to note when you go to move this out of the housing, it's gonna feel like it's trying to come apart. I went out the forward side, but when you're trying to remove it, it's gonna feel like it's trying to come apart on you, like you're trying to break something. That's just the magnets. These magnets are incredibly strong. You gotta give her some oomph to pull it out of there. You're doing the right thing, just very, very strong. Man, that's gonna take a lot of cleanup. Might have to price some of these parts and see what the right way to go is. Look at that, guys. Look how bad that is. Holy moly. No wonder it was getting seized up in there. Well, now we know what the problem was. I'm obviously going to go research some parts, decide if I want to just replace everything in there, if I just want to buy a seal kit and clean all this up. I have a feeling, knowing me, that I will just clean all this up and put new seals on it. But we'll do some research and find out. I'm not going to video cleaning all this thing out because honestly, I'm not even going to get to it today. I'm going to let it sit here just like this and dry up some, and then I'll go from there after I look at some parts. But there you have it. That's how you pull apart a Motorguide xi3. It's pretty straightforward, little nerve-wracking, but really it's not that complicated. So if you think you got something going on inside your motor, don't be afraid to crack it open as long as it's not under warranty. If it's under warranty, let Motorguide fix it. So if this video helped you at all, definitely give me a thumbs up, but hit that subscribe button and drop a comment down below. Let me know how it helped you, what was wrong with your motor. If you got any questions, ask them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them, guys. So until the next video, tight lines.